I'm Moduł and welcome to part 1 of your Colourcraft Balayage seminar. It's not escaped anybody how big of a trend balayage is, I'm sure. But did you know that balayage reached over 18 million hashtags on Instagram? Do you always feel confident when your clients ask you to create a look that she's been inspired by, maybe from social media? There might be many questions you ask yourself when you're exploring the techniques around creating the different end results, such as, how do I apply the product without transferring and creating spots? Or how can I get even lift? Or perhaps achieve soft blended lightness concentrated around the face? In the 4 following modules, we will give you many tips and share some secrets on how to create this on-demand look. Here are some examples of what we will cover. We look at different ways of mapping your techniques to understand how to place the lightness for different effects. Application is the next step. What's the correct products to use and how do you create that perfectly painted blend? Let's get started. But first, what really is the difference between foiling and balayage? Foiling results in a neat row of uniform highlights. When a section of hair is coloured using a foil, the entire section is saturated, giving precision application and defined pieces. Balayage, the French word for sweeping, is the other hand a surface technique painted in the soft brush strokes on the hair, creating a very natural looking blend of colour that flows from thick to thin and plays off the hair's natural movement. A perfect balayage should not show any lines of demarcation and create a soft and more manageable regrowth compared to traditional lightening. A great balayage will be the result of a step-by-step process. Firstly, it's a consultation with your client to determine the end result that she is after and whether it's achievable. Secondly, time to discover the hair's history. This will point you in the right direction for what approach you will have to take and what products you could use. And the last step is picking the correct toner as this final step to polish the end look. But don't forget, balayage is not just for blondes. Brunettes, redheads, even those with the darkest hair can all take advantage of hair painting. The result might be subtle, but will add dimension that everybody craves, giving a dark brunette ribbons of cinnamon or caramel, for example. Are you ready to become a balayage specialist? Let's begin! Let's have a look at 3 key areas of the head where we can place our balayage to achieve different results. You can choose to work in just one area or combine them for a full head effect. First, we take a look at the perimeter. This is the surrounding hairline. We work from the nape area where the hair falls vertically, through to the sides where the hair falls forward, and up to the fringe where it tends to grow towards the face. Perimeter lightening will create a halo effect. Lightness will appear through the length and ends and from underneath, while also allowing to frame the face for a brighter feel. Or maybe the second section, which is called the interior, will be better suited for your client. Here we place the section only on the hat line to create internal dimension in the hair as it moves and naturally separates. It's perfect on its own for brunette clients and also ideal for dimensional blondes. This will create pockets of lightness to enhance the hair's natural texture. Moving on to the top area is the most impactful placement to create an overall lighter look while maintaining a shadowed root. In this area, it's most important to note that the natural fall of the hair. Usually, hair's natural direction is to grow away from the crown. This is important to know when you plan your application. Where will the lightness fall? My tip here is to pick up the pieces of hair during the consultation to see where on the head they originate. This will really help to plan your technique. Working lightness in this section will give a highly lightened look, but it can also be sectioned away as a veil for a more rooted effect. So, we looked at a straightforward way of mapping out the 3 areas to create your individual technique for each client. This is a great starting point, and it's not always easy to visualize once you began your colour application. So, okay, let's see what approach you would choose to create a look that has a softly lighted face frame and that looks natural with lightness appearing through the length and ends. In what area should I work to create this effect? Well, I would choose the perimeter, working through the hairline and in the fringe area.